Richard Dawkins once stood at the edge of humanity's understanding and looked back across the immense river of evolution with calm, unshaken clarity. While many searched for comfort in myth or certainty in emotion, he searched for truth in patterns, in evidence, and in the quiet elegance hidden inside nature's laws. To him, life was not chaos. It was a vast unfolding story written over billions of years, one generation flowing gently into the next like water moving endlessly downstream. Tonight, as the fire crackles softly in the dark, let us step away from the noise of the modern world and enter that great river of thought beside him. Let the pressure of the day begin to fade. Let your breathing slow. And as the night deepens around you, allow the cool clarity of reason and the quiet beauty of understanding to guide your mind gently toward rest. Richard Dawkins spent much of his life trying to explain something so enormous that most people rarely pause to truly consider it. Every living creature, every bird crossing the sky, every fish beneath the water, every human being lost in thought late at night, all of them are connected through an ancient chain stretching back across unimaginable time. To Dawkins, evolution was not simply a scientific theory. It was the story of existence itself. As a young man, he became fascinated by the hidden logic behind life. While others saw nature as random or mysterious, he saw structure beneath the surface. He saw invisible patterns guiding survival, adaptation, and change. He wanted to understand why living things behaved the way they did and how countless generations had slowly shaped every instinct, every feather, every heartbeat. But despite the intellectual rigor of his work, there was always something strangely poetic in the way he described the natural world. He often spoke of genes not as cold mechanical codes, but as travelers moving through time. Individual creatures would come and go, brief as ripples on water, but life itself continued flowing forward. Humanity, in his eyes, was part of something far older and far greater than any single lifetime. This perspective gave him a kind of calm detachment. When people become trapped inside the anxieties of daily life, every small problem can feel overwhelming. Deadlines, conflicts, disappointments, fears about the future. But Dawkins believed that stepping back and viewing ourselves within the immense scale of evolutionary time could soften those fears. Compared to billions of years of life unfolding across Earth, our worries begin to lose some of their sharpness. Not because life lacks meaning, but because existence itself becomes more extraordinary. Late at night, Dawkins often worked quietly among towering stacks of books and notes, surrounded by diagrams, manuscripts, and the accumulated thoughts of centuries of scientific inquiry. Outside the windows, the world slept. Inside, under soft lamp light, he traced invisible threads connecting all living things. A moth fluttering near a window. The branching structure of a tree. The shape of a whale's skeleton. The behavior of migrating birds. To him, these were not isolated phenomena. They were clues in a single immense story. And there was comfort in that unity. He understood that many people feared science because they believed it removed wonder from the world. But Dawkins felt the opposite was true. The more deeply he understood evolution, the more awe he experienced. The idea that life could slowly shape itself across vast stretches of time filled him not with emptiness, but with profound admiration. Nature did not need fantasy to become beautiful. Reality itself was already astonishing enough. This belief shaped the calm, measured tone of his writing. Even when discussing subjects that seemed highly technical, he often described them with remarkable clarity and patience. He wanted ordinary people to feel connected to the immense story of life rather than intimidated by it. And perhaps that is why his words continue to resonate late into the night for so many readers. There is something strangely comforting about seeing existence through a wider lens. The endless pressure to control everything begins to loosen. The fear of uncertainty becomes quieter. Because evolution itself is a story shaped by uncertainty, adaptation, and survival. Life has always moved forward through change. Rivers bend. Forests shift. Species emerge and disappear. Yet the larger flow continues onward. Dawkins found peace in that continuity. As the years passed, he became one of the most recognized voices in evolutionary biology. His ideas sparked admiration, criticism, debate, and controversy. Yet through all of it, he maintained the same deep commitment to reason and evidence. He trusted clarity over confusion. Observation over illusion. Still, beneath that sharp intellect was a quieter emotional current many people overlooked. He carried a genuine tenderness toward living things. Not sentimental emotion, but a profound respect born from understanding how rare and fragile life truly is. Every creature alive today represents an unbroken chain stretching backward through countless generations that survived storms, extinctions, predators, disease, and time itself. To exist at all is already an extraordinary outcome. And in recognizing this, Dawkins found a kind of rational compassion. Even late in life, his curiosity never faded. He continued exploring questions about consciousness, biology, human behavior, and the future of scientific thought. His mind remained active, precise, and endlessly searching. Yet there was also calmness in the way he spoke about existence. He did not promise eternal certainty. He did not offer easy emotional comfort. Instead, he offered something quieter and perhaps more enduring. The reassurance that meaning can still exist within reality exactly as it is. That understanding the natural world more deeply does not diminish our humanity. It enriches it. Tonight, as the fire burns lower and shadows settle softly across the room, imagine Richard Dawkins once more sitting quietly beside a desk late into the night. Beyond the window, the world is dark and silent. Somewhere far away, rivers continue flowing toward the sea just as they have for millions of years. Life moves onward. Generation after generation. Thought after thought. Like water beneath moonlight. And perhaps, as you rest tonight, you can allow yourself to drift gently within that great current rather than struggle against it. Let the endless noise of the day dissolve into something wider and calmer. Let your thoughts settle like leaves upon still water. Because far beneath the stress and confusion of modern life, there remains an older rhythm quietly carrying all living things forward together. A rhythm of time. Of change. Of survival. Of life itself. And as sleep slowly finds you, may that vast and steady river carry your mind gently into silence.